I wonder if you know this truth that parenting is actually about you, and that's definitely the paradigm that we work with in aligned parenting. So I'll give you an example. This morning, my son left to try out for a state team for basketball. And so we spent the last 24 hours talking a lot about his mindset, a lot about don't focus on the stuff that goes wrong or that you think you did wrong. You know, find a way to move on, channel the energy, move into the next thing. Focus on what you can do next and commit to that thing in a really big way. And then I found myself this morning texting Bridget going, oh God, I'm in such a funk today. I got a speeding ticket on the weekend because my mind was running faster than my body. So I got pulled over. And guess what? I stopped thinking about the thing I didn't want to obsess over anymore, because if we don't do it consciously, we call it in unconsciously. And then yesterday, randomly, some dumped rubbish on the side of the road flew up and smashed the side of my car. And so today I was hit with sorting out a whole lot of bills, and I did not enjoy that. And I was in a really big funk. And I texted Bridget and she said, talk about how parenting is about us and not about our kids. And I was like, I've got nothing. And my youngest is sick, and I've been talking to her about her body and her health. And I said, right, I've got nothing in the tank. What am I going to do? It's the most glorious day with sunshine. I have this beautiful deck outside. So I just went and laid in the sun and let my body be nourished. It's my time of the month, and I really feel like my womb just like absorbs the sunlight. And I thought, this is step one towards connecting with my body again. And as I was laying here, starting to really tune into my body, starting to really think about how to move through my funk, through it. What is the message here? What is the car representative of? What is being hit with bills representative of? What am I being called to empower, rather than it feeling like it's a war against me? And looking at what are the ways that it benefits me. And all of a sudden I was hit with, oh my God. So I said to my son this morning, focus on your mental state. You have power and control over your mind. Use it, empower yourself. And here I am going, oh, I'm so funked and I can't do anything about it and life is so X. And I'm lying here going, oh, kapow. Our kids can't do what we're not willing to do for ourselves. So I can say all I like. You have power over your mental state. Let's challenge your thinking. Let's move forwards. But if I'm not willing to do that for myself, he will do what I do. He will get lost and stuck in his emotion, and he will have no capacity and toolkit to move forwards because I'm not paving a way for him. I can't say to my daughter, love and heal and nourish your body, and then abuse my own. So this is the paradigm with parenting, is that whatever our children are bringing to the table is not random. Our children say the most profound things sometimes, and they are literally like they've been pulled out of the trenches of our subconscious, because we're in dynamic. We're so intimately aligned with each other that the very thing that we're chewing over, they're going to be expressing. Remember, our repressed parts, our children are biologically wired to express those. So the fact that, you know, my daughter might say, oh, I need to lose weight. Okay, well, that's not random that I'm thinking about that and that she's speaking out loud, and that feels really painful. And what does that call me into? Well, it calls me into owning my body and owning my health and owning, you know, walking the talk. The fact that my child is, you know, fighting the world. Maybe they're in war at school or with other kids, or their behavior is quite aggressive. Well, where am I trying so hard to reach for the happiness, the perfect, the sunshine, the soft, the gentle, be all mothering and all nurturing and all nourishing, because I'm ignoring my own war. I'm ignoring my own fire, my ferocity. I'm shoving it down, and my repressed parts will be expressed by my child. So I can't just do parenting to my child. I can't just say, you need to get control of your anger. You need to do something to get your anger out. If I can't do that for me, they're going to keep hitting that loop until I learn that lesson. They're there literally as our teachers. We are in dynamic. We are teaching them and they are teaching us, and we are in this constant cycle. And I think it's profound and it's amazing. And when you're able to combine conscious parenting tools with a sort of more dynamic worldly view of this parenting and this inherent capacity of the mother-child dynamic being perfect, I think you really are able to sit in parenting in a really profound way. Wow, what is my child bringing to me right now? And when I shift internally, they shift externally, because we're in dynamic. They're hitting our sore spots for a reason. I can't do parenting to them. They're there to do parenting to me. And when I work that out and I work with my own stuff, I have my own toolkit, then I'm in a really powerful place to be able to teach them, to move forwards with them. So I really would invite you to join our aligned parenting program. We kick off a live round on Saturday. Bridget and I love nothing more than talking about dynamics. We have absolutely no judgment for behavior, for what is happening in your relationship or in your family dynamic, because it is all still love. Just sometimes love doesn't come in the form of this, overly mothered, nurturing, loved up. Sometimes love is a slap in the face that gets you to change direction, or a roar of anger that makes you reevaluate your boundaries. That is love. A boundary is love as much as a cuddly support is love. So we would love to dive into your dynamics with you. You've only got a couple more days to sign up. So please come and join us and spend a couple of weeks with us, really facilitating through what's going on in your world.